Welcome everybody to our weekly Soul Changes Lives webinar. My name is Debbie Perez-Cockburn. And for those of you who are just joining in the first time, we do a formal conference type webinar every other week with the president of Soul Naturals, Mr. Greg Halliday. And we go into a real good in-depth discussion about the product, why it's built the way it is, and why this product can work for everyone. Also, that's the class that we have a testimonial that is shared, as well as a nutritional health tip always provided by Dr. Jenkins. So this is our off week, and this is the week that you get to hear only from me. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but for those of you who don't know me, I am Debbie Cockburn, and I have been in the health industry for over 30 years. And I have a little bit of knowledge of herbal products. And so I hope to be able to share just a little bit with you today. So, and I go through this because I know many of you like to share these videos. I like to remind everyone, I am not a licensed medical doctor. I do not dispense medical advice or information. I do not bash doctors, but as I said, I am a health enthusiast. I have over 30 years in the industry. And what my purpose is for sharing these webinars is just to increase everyone's knowledge about a wonderful product line called Soul Naturals. It is an adaptogenic based herbal product line. And that's quite different from what you find on the market today. Most people like to lump in a bunch of herbs or extract an active part of an herb and concentrate that. But Soul doesn't believe in that. We use mostly the whole plant powder if we have to if you have to fill, because sometimes when you do concentrate an herb, the volume is very small the more you concentrate it, right? And so what a lot of health companies do is that they fill a capsule with junk in there just to make the capsule look full. Soul believes that if you have to fill the capsule to make it look full, use the herb powder, right? And so we fill it with that. So I wanted to talk a little bit about today. And like I said, it's an informal chat. It will probably be one of our shorter classes that we've had in this year. But I wanted to talk about why the 4-month to improve your health in 4-month program really works. And sometimes you as a health practitioner, because I know many of you who watch this have your own individual practices, right? And you have customers who come to you. I am in my home finally. So I don't have a health practice. I have my own private office, but I live out in the country and it's kind of a hassle to have people come to your house, right? So I do a lot of Zoom consultations and face-to-face that way, but I don't like having a lot of people at my house unless you're coming to eat my cooking. That's a different story. And so I wanted to tell you a little bit about what makes this 4-month program so different and why you want to be on it. While I have always said there is not a right way or wrong way to take Soul's products because of the adaptogens, I do firmly believe that first you address imbalances, right? Most of you have your health practice. I know Dr. Jenkins sees people, Jaliva sees people all the time, and people want to do consultations. So does Gwen. So does Joanne Riggs. She actually has a beautiful big store in Kentucky. But most people kind of come to you because they've gained weight and they feel like I need a detox, I want to go on a cleanse, or I want to do something that will rev up my metabolism. And they kind of have an idea in mind of why they came to see you and what they want. And a lot of times they have a budget in mind, which I am very budget conscious and friendly for that. So I want to give you some ideas and just really give you some options to work with your customers. I do believe that people don't like to be sold, but people want to be led, right? People want to know, why should I make that choice, right? Oh my goodness. Give me just a second. Ah, goodness. Sorry, I really have to take this. So wonderful. So what we need to do, right, is really lead people. People want to know why they should make a choice, right? They know what they want. They think they know what they need, but they're there to consult with you so you can tell them what they need, right? Usually People will come to you because they've gained weight, like I said, or they want something to increase energy. So I can't even understand my own handwriting today, but when people say, I want to detox, I read about detoxing. Dr. Oz has been talking about this. Dr. So-and-so has been, I think that's what I need. And that's really what I want. So what I wanted to ask you today is when you're looking at the people, the customers who are coming to you, you want to make sure that you're asking them why they want to do this, not just because it's on trend, right? Or the Dr. So-and-so mentioned it on the Dr. Phil show, or, you know, when the Oprah Winfrey show was on, you know, any doctor came on, everybody who sold herbs was selling something that was mentioned there, right? Because Oprah was doing it. And we know that there are influencers out there everywhere, right? And so we want to work with people and really help them understand why they want to do this. So what I would do is I would ask, are you wanting a cleanse, or are you wanting something for metabolism because you want to be proactive with your health? Okay, well, if you want to be proactive with your health, then let me ask you these questions. You know, do you eat the standard American diet? Yes. How often do you go out to eat during the week? When you go out to eat during the week, how many times do you eat red meat? How many times do you eat red meat in a week? I mean, honestly, they want to be proactive, right? Well, let's go through it. What helps you be proactive? So when I go out to eat, do I eat a salad? Do I have the burger? Do I have the burger and the fries? Do I have the burger with the bun, burger without the bun? Do I always have dessert when I go out to eat? You know, these are the questions we want to ask them, right? Because they want to be proactive. So if they have eaten, or maybe now they're trying to make changes in their diet and they feel like, oh yeah, I'm ready to detox now because I'm making a diet, we need to ask them, do you fast often? How long do you fast? How long are you fasting for? Are you doing intermittent fasting? Are you doing this? Because when you do that kind of thing and you make this radical change from eating the standard American diet, which I find interesting is SAD, SAD, it's a SAD diet, to then automatically doing fasting, and I'm only going to eat this. Well, you know what? The body can't make that change quickly, right? So that wears you down. You're emotional. And then there's that, they're like, but I need more energy and I'm eating better, but I feel no energy. Well, guess what? Your body wasn't meant to make those drastic changes, right? So because your body wasn't meant to make drastic changes, you can't just jump into a detox, or you can't just jump into fasting, right? So what they think they want and need is not necessarily what their body wants them to do. So we have to know the right questions to ask. Another thing we can ask them that I wrote down, and do you take medications? How long have you been on medications? Okay. Do you have cravings? What kind of cravings? Are you craving salt? Are you craving sweet? And I'll do a class on that the next month. If they're craving salt and if they're craving sweet, what organs are being affected? Because again, the 4-month program will help you with that, right? So if you have cravings, if you have problems concentrating, you can't quite get it out, right? Do you have body odor? And sometimes you don't even have to ask the question because they come up and they say, hi, and you go, because their breath is bad, right? Or you can smell the BO, right? So if they, I mean, we joke about it, but if body odor is a huge indicator that your body has several imbalances, right? Imbalances. I love that word, not sicknesses, not illnesses, imbalances, right? Your body wants to be in balance all the time. When your body is balanced, you don't have body odor. When your body is balanced, you sleep well. When your body is balanced, you have just the right amount of energy. When your body is balanced, your skin looks glowy. You have a smiley face, even if times are hard, right? You learn to adapt with the stress. So, you know, one thing I do like to ask people is, are you preparing for pregnancy? Because they can't just jump into a cleanse just because they want to get pregnant, right? They have to prepare the body before they go into a detox, or prepare the body before they go into fasting, right? And both people in the pregnancy planning need to do that, because you can't just let the mom do it and not the dad, because remember, he is producing sperm, and that sperm has to be produced in a clean body too, right? So both, just the way it takes two to make a baby, it takes two to make the baby right. Okay. And headaches, do they have headaches? If they have headaches, that's another indicator, right? When do you always get the headache in the evening, or do you wake up with a headache? Do you feel groggy? Okay, imbalances. Remember, we're not treating disease. We're not asking, do you have a disease? We're asking, is this a situation that you are dealing with, right? Do you have this imbalance in your life, in your body? And this is my favorite question to ask. When you go to the potty room, how long does it take you to go potty? Do you go and sit down and immediately go? Or do you have time to read the magazine? Do you have magazines? Do you have books in your bathroom? Do you sit and read? And maybe by the time you finish reading a chapter, you go a little poop? That's a serious imbalance, people. Okay, that's a serious imbalance. And sometimes people may come to you and you see the weakness in them. If they are seriously tired, or they look weak, like, because you can ask, have you been sick recently? Oh yeah, I'm sick all the time. That's a huge imbalance, right? That's a sharp weakness in the body. People who are feeling weak are definitely not candidates for detoxing right away, right? Because that makes the body more tired. And so we don't want to do that. Or are they failing to thrive? Do you know what failing to thrive is? If you're failing to thrive, means that you are doing everything possible, but you can't gain the weight, or you can't lose the weight, or you're feeling sad all the time, even though you're trying. That's a serious imbalance, right? Those are serious imbalances. And like I said, do they do continuous fasting? How long do they fast for? Are they dealing with mental exhaustion or burnout? Mental exhaustion or burnout, that's a huge problem. We know these people. These people are around us. We work with them every day. They're workaholics. They never stop. They put a lot of stress on their adrenal glands. Jaleva's raising her hand. I think she's saying, I'm guilty. You know, I love in the Proverbs, it says, you know, there is a time to every season and a season to change, right? There is a time to work. There is a time to rest. There is a time to spend with your family. There is a time to spend with the higher being, right? So we need to make changes and adjust and find, again, that beautiful word, balance, right? And get our work family life balanced, right? And then, of course, if you are pregnant already or nursing, that is not the time to detox, because if you are nursing and you are detoxing, that goes in the milk goes in the baby starts getting all fussy. Yeah, we don't need that. We don't want that, right? So this is why these questions are so important, you guys. And this is why you can improve your health in 4 months. Why? Because you're not jumping into a detox. The first thing you're doing is addressing imbalances. And what did we just talk about? A whole bunch of imbalances. And I might be doing this brochure again. I may not be. I may be doing a simplified version of this brochure. What I love about this brochure is if you have it and you have the old one that has the prices on the back, then don't worry. You can just actually take a magic marker or a tape and cover those, because I don't anticipate any prices going up or down this year or the next or whatever, because they just made a price adjustment. But what I do like to think is, sometimes people look at this and this is quite an investment, right? This is a $350 investment if I do it just like this. So I want to give my customers options. And these are the only options I have, because I think this is what's so important when we're addressing imbalances in the body. The 4 foundational drinks at Solle, which are Cinnamate, Soul Vital, Excel, and Renew. That's a great way to start. And that is a smaller investment. It's $163 a month. But if I divide that, let's do the math. If I take $163 and I give them my referral code. So I give them $10 off. Now it's $153, right? So I'm going to take 153 and divide that by 30 days in the month. Let's say 30. It comes out to $5.10 a day to take all 4 drinks. Do you know how much a tall macchiato costs at Starbucks? It's over $7. It's over $7, and that's just one. And I know people who go to Starbucks 3 times a day. So that's $21 a day, right? Just spending at Starbucks. But they're not investing in their health because remember, all of those, every pump of macchiato or every pump of whatever is sugar, right? So now I've taken a coffee that has, I don't know how many grams of caffeine, and now I'm amping it up with sugar and then dairy to boot, right? Because some people can't live without the cream and the foam and the extra latte and you know, whatever. You spend almost as much on a sandwich as you do at Starbucks for 1 tall cup of coffee. So I don't get it because I don't drink coffee, but I'm not knocking it. I get it. If there's something you like the taste of, you know, when I feel like I need to dress up my cinnamate, I found an almond creamer and it has, you know, natural sugars in it and it's very low cal. And I only put 1 teaspoon. So I knock out 1/3 of those calories by just using 1 little teaspoon in it. And it gives it that extra zhuzh that it needs, right? Like my hair, you give it a little extra zhuzh and it looks great or it tastes great. I add that to my cinnamate. If I don't like the taste of Excel, I mix it in with a fruit smoothie. Right? And I blend it that way. Or if I don't like the Renew at night by itself, because my body really needs it to rejuvenate at nighttime, I might put a little almond milk in it or a little coconut milk in it and sip it warm. I might even mix it with a chamomile tea, you know, and just kind of dilute it that way. And I find a way to take it. The only one I never have to dress up is my Soul Vital. I love my Soul Vital, my green drink. It's amazing. And in this hot summer days of Texas, where it's 103, you know, in the shade, put a little ice cube in it, a little bit of lime or lemon, and we're good to go, right? So if I did that, I could offer my customers the 4 foundational drinks for a month. And then they start feeling better. And all of those imbalances that we talk about start to get better, right? And then what happens is the customer says, that really made me feel something. I'll never forget the testimonial that Gwen sent me of Charisse Miller, who started using that product, just the Soul Vital. And she started taking that and she said I think it was a day, a matter of hours, she felt the energy, but after taking it for a week, she just could not believe how she felt. And that's what we're doing is we're helping people change their lives. We're helping them find balance. So it's always great to start with balance first because your body may not be ready to jump into a detox, right? And what I love about, you know, there's good, better, best, right? Good would be the 4 drinks. Better would be the 4 drinks with the, now you're going to see my beautiful figure. Where did it go? Oh, mercy. I thought I had my oils right here. But if you add the box of the oils, the Soul Essential roll-on oils, that's $78.95, right? So now I have 163. I'm going to do the math for you again. So clear. $163 plus $78.95 is $241.95, right? But remember that if a member signs up and their order is about $250, you can give them a $25 discount, right? But this one is not quite $250, but maybe there's something else that they want to add, like an AC cream or something. Now you can give them the Save 25 code. They can sign up as a member and you can discount $25 off of that, right? So it's still under 230. You divide that by the month, you know, and sometimes they have little skin issues and stuff, or they feel like their skin is dry. The AC cream and the oils are great because now I'm addressing all of the imbalances and I'm starting to address emotional imbalances, right? Because we're adding our roll-on oils. And so they can purchase all 4 oils at once for $78.95, or they can order them individually, cost them a little bit more, you know. So I always say, if you order it in a set, it costs you like $5 less. Oh, okay, that's wonderful. I'll take it. So that's good. Now we're better, right? The 4 drinks and the oil. So that's better. But what would be the best option to address balance in your body? The whole program. And usually when you say, well, it's 300 and this, but minus the $25, because they automatically get a $25 discount when you're signing them up, because their order is now over $250, right? So you can give them the Save 25 code. There's a lot of people who sign up as members and not as specialists because they want to try the program, right? And so now I'm going to give them the discount, right? It's $267 is this program, plus $78.95 for the oils. So they can get that. So 267, hold on. 267 plus 78.95. Oh, 267 plus 78.95. That's $345.95 minus $25. So now it's 320, right? And they might look at you and just go, wow, 320, that's a lot. And maybe it is, you know, because I don't know people's situations. But usually when they're doing the math, I'm looking at their phone. Well, I see Apple back there, unless it was a gift from daddy. I know how much you spent on that phone. Okay. If I see this logo on your jacket, on your purse, or on your shoes, don't tell me that that investment in your health is too much money, because you've invested in other things, right? I mean, I've had this computer bag forever. It was an investment. I paid, I'm not embarrassed to tell you, I think it was $450, but I've had it forever. It's an investment. I paid X amount for the phone. I know it was expensive, but it's an investment. It's going to last me, right? So you have to look at things as what they are. It's an investment. So if I'm looking for, and I know the cheap chargers work just as good as the real chargers. So you have to really choose your battle, right? What are you willing to invest in? Do you really want to have that baby? Do you want that baby to be healthy? Because I have had people call me and say, well, what can I do to get pregnant? I'm trying to get pregnant. Or what can I do to raise my metabolism? I really need to lose that weight. What are you willing to invest? How much time are you willing to invest in the program? Because I've also had the people who call me and say, oh yeah, okay, it's 320. Wonderful. Sign me up. I buy the product. They get it. A week later, I call them. Did you get your order? Yes. A week after that, I call them. Remember the instructions we talked about? How's it going this week? What challenges did you find in your first week? Oh, I haven't opened the box yet. What? You freaking invested X amount of money in your body and you're not using the product? That is unbearable, unacceptable, and unbelievable to me, because when I spend the money on something, you know darn well I'm going to use it. And I'm going to use the crap out of it. You know what I mean? I mean, really, you got to look at it and look at it from both sides. Just like the song says, right? You look at clouds from both sides. They're beautiful. They block the sun, but they also bring rain. What do you want from the program? If what you want from the program is to feel better, then you need to be consistent. You can't say, I ate this morning, I don't need to eat the rest of the week, because that's not how you diet. Your body goes into protection mode if you're not feeding it. So it's going to hold on to everything you give it. So your skin changes, your body composition changes, you can't think straight, you develop body odor, you can't go to the bathroom. All of these things make a difference. So give your customers the 3 options. I have a good option. I have a better option. I have a best option for you. Which one do you think works well with your time and your budget? Right? So time and budget, but I promise you the product will work because adaptogens do that. Now, having said that, right? Because most people would say, but Debbie, then if there's no wrong way, why can't I just jump into the 2 months of detoxing? Well, because like I said, your body might be too weak. If you're emotionally and mentally burned out, that is not the time to cleanse. It says you need a cleanse, but that is not the time to do it. The first thing you need to do is build your body. And that's how you do it, because you're looking for balance. So I always say it's better to balance first, then do your cleansing or detoxing, however you want to call it. And then your body is great and ready for some good nutrition, right? And what I love that we have in each month are different components that help you, but there's always an emotional component. That's your oils, right? There's always some of the foundational drinks, which are important to your balance, and they all have fiber, right? But the first month, you're doing the 4 drinks. Those are important when you're first starting out. And then, because most people, like we spoke last week, right? 90% of situations that your body deals with or imbalances begin where? In the colon, in the intestines, right? So here you have your enzymes and your probiotic, which are going to help your intestines. And we also spoke last week, right, that chronic inflammation is a plague of our time. And most people don't know that they have inflammation. They just think they're overweight. There are organs in your body that probably stopped working a long time ago, and they become tired, and there is inflammation on a cellular level, and that is hard to deal with. That is why we have Soul Megas in that first month, and why we have the Soul Flex PI for pain and inflammation. So that's why that first month is critical. Okay. I just think that most people, 90% of people, will feel an increase in energy, will feel that they sleep better, will feel that their concentration is better, like their mind is more focused and clear when they're doing this program completely. And because, remember, your liver holds on to things, right? As we start using these products, your body's automatically going to say, hey, I need to go poop, where probably you weren't pooping before. And so you're keeping all those emotions inside. The essential oil roll-ons will help address those issues at the same time. So you're not going really into like a healing crisis. You really don't do that with the 4-month program, especially if you are consistent and you do it the right way. So I always say, you know, if you're going to start with the good option, which is the 4 drinks, graduate to the better option, and then graduate to the best option, right? So maybe by the 3rd month of them using Soul, now you know that they are using it properly, right? Because they're going through the product each month, and that they're not going through a healing crisis because they started slow and steady, right? So now they'll be ready for month 2 and 3 to do their regular cleanse or get rid of toxins, because there's only 4 things that keep you sick, you guys. System imbalances, toxins, pathogens, right? And poor nutrition. Those are the 4 things that keep you sick. So you can address each one in each month. They can go as fast or as slow as they want. So if they want to jump in with the best option, this is the way they do it. If they want to go slow and steady, they will start with 4 drinks. From 4 drinks, they graduate to 4 drinks and 4 oils. Now they know the oils are going to balance them, right? Then they go from 4 drinks and 4 oils to package number 3, and then package number 7, then package number 8. And then your body now, because it has rid itself of imbalances, pathogens, and toxins, it is ready for some incredible nutrition. And if you remember our conversation that we had about Avant Greens, and how Avant Greens trains the intestine to absorb better nutrition, can you imagine what your body's doing now on the 4th month? It's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing what you can do. I heard a great testimonial of a girl last weekend at a Dallas meeting that was going on. Greg was here. I was not able to attend, but this girl had some serious growths in her brain area. I say a situation, like I said, I do not mention diseases, but you know what abnormal cell growths are. And she had them in the brain, and she was diagnosed and doing the 4-month program for a long time. She did this for more than a year. She got rid of all of that situation. And so I hope to be able to play that testimonial, or at least put some subtitles on it, because it was in Spanish. But it's, you know, there's some amazing things that you can do with Soul Naturals. And I hope that that made you feel a little more confident in the product, and made you feel like I can offer this to someone. And if jumping into the full program is just too much, remember that you have 2 other options that you can offer them, right? Good, better, best. And good is the 4 drinks, better is 4 drinks and 4 oils, and the best way, which I say always is the best, is to go this way. And you don't argue with your customer, you know, but I always look and just say, well, what are your priorities? How much time do you want to spend on this? Do you want me to call you every week while you're doing it so that you can tell me what you're feeling? Do you need to speak to someone? Hold them accountable, or give them at least that lifeline option where they can contact you. Or if they say, no, once a week is too much, maybe you can call me every other week, you know, and that way they can, and that way, you know, that they're using the product. Because when they say, oh, I didn't get any results, they're probably not drinking enough water. They're probably taking it, you know, who knows what time or what they're doing. There's a lot of situations. People deal with a lot of stuff. You know, I get up feeling great one day, and then life just happens and I forget. And, you know, you can't take it one day yes, one day no. You really have to take it every day to see that difference. And that's what I tell people, you know. And are you willing to invest? Are you willing to invest in yourself, in your health, as much as you invested in a tool that you know you need every day to be in touch with the world, with your family? This is a tool. This is an investment. I don't say it jokingly. I know some people, you know, I know how much it costs. I know that you can work the price of this into your monthly bill, or you can pay it up front. But, you know, it's like a mortgage. When you roll in the price of something, and then when interest compounds, and, you know, a $500,000 loan, if you don't pay it off in 30 years, if you pay it off in 30 years, it cost you over $1 million to pay back what started being $500,000. So just, you know, yesterday, Luisa told me about a lady who had been using another product, and she was very happy. But she could tell that she wasn't getting better, but she kept doing it, right? And when they discovered that she had an abnormal cell growth, and she had a huge adhesion in her intestine, and they had to do a colostomy on her, and she had a colostomy bag. Then she remembered that Luisa had offered her this program, and she said, you know, can I come see you now? And don't wait till the situation gets out of hand. This is what I love about this program, is that I can avoid a lot of serious situations if I make the change now. It's never too late, but obviously there's a better time to do it, right? The best time to do it would be before you even discover whatever imbalance the doctor gives a name to, right? I pray I never know the names of anything, because as I use this, I pray that I am just getting farther and farther and farther away from the situation that may harm me in the future. And so when I look at my customers, and they come in with the fancy clothes and the fancy cars, I just have to wonder, you know, where your priorities are. And I don't have to say it directly to the person, but when you talk about your life, your days are finite, your days are numbered. Make the best of every day. Feel the best that you can every day. Make a difference in someone's life every day. Soul can do that for you. Soul can do that for you. So I love you guys. And I hope that that you have enjoyed today's discussion. And I really look forward to seeing you again next week. And did it